continues to pound targets and take
Morning,
out
everybody.
Hamas terrorists in Gaza. This as negotiations to release the 229 Israeli hostages continues. Elon Musk on X announcing his company Starlink will support connectivity to internationally recognized aid organizations in Gaza where internet service had been cut off. But the communications minister in Israel responding on X, saying Israel will use all means at its disposal to fight this. Hamas, he says, will use it for terrorist activities. There is no doubt about it, he writes. We know it and Musk knows it. Hamas is ISIS. He goes on to say that perhaps Musk would be willing to condition it with the release of our abducted babies, sons, daughters, elderly people, all of them, exclamation point. By then, he says, my office will cut any ties with Starlink. More now on the war from USA's Skip Kelly.
Israeli military aircrafts attacked about 150 underground targets in the northern Gaza Strip over Friday night into Saturday amid the ongoing war against Hamas terrorists. The Israeli Defense Forces said Hamas terrorists were killed, while underground combat zones and other underground terrorist infrastructures were also destroyed. More than 8,700 people have been killed in the war on both sides since the October 7th Hamas terror attack. A full-scale invasion of Gaza is still looming as Israel has amassed hundreds of thousands of troops on the border with Gaza who await orders to begin.
In other news, Matthew Perry, who starred in the TV show Friends, has died at the age of 54. Police in Los Angeles say he drowned in the jacuzzi at his house following a 2-hour game of pickleball. Detectives say no drugs were found at the scene. Other actors from that hit show say they are in a state of shock and are paying tribute to him on social media. This is USA News.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real, aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
A lot of political news
So
coming out of the annual Republican Jewish
You
Coalition
gotta go right
meeting
with
in Las Vegas.
After much
Yes.
prayer and deliberation,
And
I decided to
after that,
suspend my
thank Danny.
for president.
And I'm going to tell everyone, the listeners
That's
about
Vice President
his
Mike
new,
Pence, who is dropping out of
okay.
office for president. His remarks coming at the end of his speech.
I'm leading this campaign, but let me promise you, I will never leave the fight for conservative values, and I will never stop fighting
You
to
know-
elect principled Republican leaders to every
I got
office
one.
in the land.
I got
Hello, Nevada. We're going to do some great things. We've had some incredible wins here, and we're going to take it all away. And we win this state, we win it all. You know that, right?
And former President Trump speaking at the same event, reacting.
You know, people are leaving now, and they're all endorsing me. I don't know about Mike Pence. He should endorse me. He should endorse me. You know why? Because I had a great, successessful presidency, and he was the vice president. He should endorse me.
And former UN Ambassador
He
Nikki
will
Haley
at some
was
point
running
when he
for president,
gets
saying
crushed.
that Mike Pence-
Exactly.
He's been
Well,
a
he's
true
out.
man of faith.
He's
He's
out?
out. He suspended his
Oh,
campaign.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
He
Oh.
has fought
Who's really left? Nikki Haley and...
It's
Jen?
really, I think it's really down to Trump and Nikki Haley.
And I'm Laura Winters, USA.
Everyone else is just
Well,
wishful thinking.
We
You will-
have great news.
You know, I like...
And the painful
I like,
finish with a new CGM.
what's
Plus,
his name?
they may be covered by Medicare,
Tim Scott.
Medicaid, or
I like
There's no way
Yeah, but
he's gonna get any traction.
he's a good guy. And,
There's no way he's gonna get any
yeah.
traction. It's really a 2-horse race.
I'm surprised.
It's in the Republican Party. It's only it's really a 2-horse race. It's Haley and it's Trump.
But on the Democratic side, I'm surprised Gavin Newsom isn't throwing his hat in?
Because everyone has support for Biden.
Expressed on this program are
Biden has
Well, he-
a lot of
Well,
support.
he handles this Israel
Right now.
thing good. Then he could win.
and their guests.
Yeah, it's Biden on the Democratic side, and then the Republican side, it's Trump and Haley, and then DeSantis, kinda.
Yeah, we'll see on this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Surrounding town.
He lost a lot of support.
Weekend review with your host Joey Driscoll.
All right. Anyway, enough with that political talk.
Hey, Joey, what's happening?
All right, 7 seconds. Good bird. And good morning, and welcome to Middleboro in Review. I'm Joey Driscoll. I am joined by Don today. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Joey.
It's a kind of a sad Sunday today. I got a few things to report. First, passing of Matthew Perry. He passed away last night. He's most well known for the show Friends, playing Chandler Bing. Friends on NBC. Of course, you can watch Friends all over the place now. It's in syndication. But Friends went from 1994 to 2004. He earned an award for that role, Screen Actors Guild Award for that role. He starred in other TV series as well, in films including Fools Rush In, Almost Heroes, The Whole 9 Yards, The Whole 10 Yards, The Ron Clark Story, and 17 Again, which was one of his most recent films with Zac Efron. Very funny movie. I watched it a couple times. He was also well known to the video game world as well. He provides the voice of Benny in the video game Fallout New Vegas. He's the co-creator and executive producer and star of the ABC sitcom Mr. Sunshine, which ran from February to April of 2011. Just a great actor. He almost didn't get the role. He almost didn't get the role for Friends because he was on another television show. And that television show ended up not getting picked up. That was another pilot that he did. It ended up not getting picked up. And he auditioned for Friends. He auditioned for Chandler Bing, and he got it. And the rest is history. Don, your thoughts on?
I don't know too
passing
much
of
about Michael Perry, and I've never really watched Friends, but I know a few people personally that are big Friends fans. Big Friends. Friend of mine's daughter is a big Friends fan, so she's probably heard today what's finding about this because it's just like anything. I'm a Star Trek fan, and when Boy died, I felt it. I loved it. You know what I mean? And even the cast, but it's Spock. So whatever. What do you play for? Cat Joey? Who was his character?
No, Chandler Bing.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, I don't really know too much about it. I haven't really watched it, but for anybody who did, it's difficult. Difficult morning, and he's a young man, technically.
54.
So that's tragic on its own.
Another passing that we had this week. I believe it was Thursday, a couple days ago. It was either Thursday or Friday.
I think it was Thursday morning.
Yes, it was Kevin Carlson, the longtime morning show host for WZLX. He died on Thursday night. And it's a statement that the station wrote, WZLX wrote, "It is with great sadness that 100.7 WZLX shares news of the unexpected passing of our friend Kevin Carlson," the station wrote on social media. For almost 20 years, Kevin helped wake up Boston with humor and classic rock, and we invite you to share your memories of Kevin as we celebrate his life. That's from a statement from WZLX. Carlson had been co-host of WZLX's morning show since 2005, along with Pete McKenzie and Heather Ford. Carlson and McKenzie show. A lot of great moments from that show. Really funny morning show for sure. And since 2019, producer Kenny Young was also on that show too. Carlson, McKenzie, and Ford previously hosted the morning show for WPDH FM in New York before going to WZLX in 2005. Kenny Young posted on X, "We lost a member of our family today." Young tweeted, "Rest in peace. Hug your loved ones." WZLX host Carter Allen said on air on Friday that they weren't exactly sure how Carlson died. Don, your thoughts on Kevin Carlson?
I met him once. This was not sure how many years ago. I think it was 2012 or something like that. I have a good friend, my buddy Dave, Common Diamond Dave, guitarist. Played with him in a band. He's a great friend of mine. And his old band, All or Nothing, which I guess those guys played in the 80s and 90s. And I'm not sure whose idea. It was probably Kevin's idea, but it's just like, let's get back. They did a segment on ZLX. Let's get the band back together. And so all these people who had bands and sent their tapes, and they picked my buddy Dave's band. So they ended up picking his band. They picked one song, and they played it every day for a week. That one song. At 11 o'clock or at noon time or a certain time. They played it every day for 5 days. And then they had a time in Framingham. I went to see it with my buddy Greg. You know Greg, right?
I do.
You know how he can get, right?
I do.
So, I mean, I was able to meet Kevin and Heather. And Kevin was just a nice guy I could talk to. He just was a nice guy, he talked to everybody, and he was, he wasn't one of those people who just, stay away from me. I mean, I've met celebrities like that, and this guy wasn't that. He was hanging out, he was having a beer, or what, I think he was, maybe I wasn't, I don't know. I think he was just relaxing and just hanging out and listening to the music. And my buddy Diamond Dave gets up there, he's a lead guitar, he's running around, and he's hooting and hollering, and Kevin's having fun. It was a really good night. It was in Framingham. I forgot the name of the place, but it was so long ago. But what a fun time that was. And that's my memory of Kevin Carlson. But I mean, that voice, that staple, this voice, and morning, I don't remember having a crew like that. Carlson, McKenzie, and even Heather Ford, because she was part of the team.
Yeah.
That reminded me of the old BCN days of, Charles Locadero, Ken Shelton, Mark Parento, even Chachi, you know what I mean? Being part of that whole gang. It was just a whole morning thing, and everyone got up, and they were, so, I mean, and when that, BCN, was done, you look to a new flag, you look to a new ship to steer by. And
WZLX.
Yeah, so ZLX has been around
absolutely.
forever, So, and people like getting up and listening to personalities and jokes, and it really helps people get going. I mean, a lot of people are groggy in the morning. It's tough to get up in the morning.
It is.
And he gets up probably super early. Whatever I've heard of the show, it's professional, it's funny.
Yes.
And on a personal note too, I've had him. I have him on Facebook. I have him on Facebook.
I did too. Yes.
And I just always had him, and I know, it's tough to probably get talking with him because he's probably got so many friends. But obviously, he accepted my friend request, and lately, actually this month too, which is kind of gets me going a little bit. That he likes his cigars. And,
I saw that a couple times.
I saw that, and people will say, and I typed in "smokes no joke," you know what I mean? And whatever. That was just something my friend Kevin used to say to me a lot. It was just little sayings, just from over the years or whatever. but it's just, I don't know. I was really taken back when I read that.
Yeah.
Because I've been lately, I've had him for years, and I look at his posts every week. Lately, I've been looking at his posts and comment on him a couple times. Just nice little joke comments. A lot of fun kind of comments and goofy pictures. I really like the pictures. He had like a Halloween picture. And then whatever. And I think he was. Maybe this first week of October, he was helping a politician guy out, one of his buddies and shit stuff. So but yeah.
Yeah, it's just unexpected. He passed away. He was 59. And again, Matthew Perry too, very unexpected, just passed away. Matthew Perry was playing pickleball that morning. Yes, yesterday morning.
Really?
He was just playing pickleball. Yeah, he was out playing pickleball, and he comes home and they find him unresponsive. Yeah, and so it's unexpected. These two passings, very unexpected. So again, just wanted to talk about these two individuals. These two very, very important individuals in entertainment.
Especially Boston with Kevin Carlson.
Yeah, I believe Matthew Perry was also from Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Williamstown, Massachusetts. He was born in Williamstown, Massachusetts on August 19th, 1969.
Williamstown, Massachusetts is west of North Adams. Big college out there, big college town out there. But it's sad when you hear. I mean, Kevin was 59, Matthew Perry was 54, and that's young.
Yes.
I mean, he should have got life left. I mean, just when you hear about people dying young like that, it's heartbreaking.
It is.
And Kevin, who knows what he would have been doing? You know what I mean? It's just enjoying life, and then I guess he didn't wake up. So it's just. My thoughts and prayers to the Kevin Carlson's family
and Matthew Perry's family as well. To both of those families.
Yeah, it's tough pill to swallow. I think at this point in time, right before the holidays and whatnot,
and to their friends and family, and to their fans too. Yeah. Yes.
Seems like looking at the Facebook pictures, looks like Kevin had his Halloween mask ready to go. He's all ready for Halloween.
Same thing with Matthew Perry. He posted on, I think it was Instagram or one of the social media sites last week, hanging out in his hot tub.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking at Kevin's Facebook posts, and obviously, since he passed away, I mean, there's just so much tribute and respect from
outpouring
Facebook.
of support. And it's probably the same thing on Matthew Shane's
side.
Well, I mean,
it feels. I mean, anybody,
Matthew Perry said,
radio's a special thing in my heart since I've got involved with you in this.
Yeah.
So when you hear, anybody passing away is tough, but especially in the radio industry.
Yes.
Because it's the voice of Boston. It's the voice everyone's used to waking up to in the morning. It's a familiar friend. It's a companion. It's somebody who is with you and you can count on and is always there and is dependable. Coast Guard, it's dependable. It's just, unless they said I'm off tomorrow, guarantee if they go on the air at 6, if they are there at 6. We are here at 7 on Sunday morning.
Yes.
So
7 o'clock.
Yeah. So we go on at 7:05 or 7:07. What after the
7:07 usually.
Okay. So where unless you say I'm off tomorrow or whatever.
Unless we say we're here. Yep. Unless we say we're not going to be here, we're here.
Yeah, we're here, and that's with Kevin, and Kevin and his team there in the morning. You can count on that. It was almost a guarantee to be there, and it's just a warm, glowing voice that we're not gonna hear anymore. It's a rough thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. I think for a lot of people come Monday morning. So I'm sure that the show, but they say the show will go on, but out of respect, the show has to go on.
Yes. Mackenzie and Heather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe Kenny Young.
And Kenny Young.
Yeah, he probably might fill in his shoes.
He might be.
Or somebody, Carter Allen.
Yeah.
Or somebody. Carter Allen's well known.
Maybe.
Carter Allen's been a BJ and WZLX for a long, long time, and he did a. I think I don't know. I'm not sure. I should know, but I'm not sure if he does the blues show. I kind of stopped listening to the blues show when Breakfast with the Beatles went off ZLX, because that used to be my Sunday thing. I used to listen to Breakfast with the Beatles, Chachi LaPrette, and then the blues show.
Yes.
But then when Chachi's show left ZLX, it was Chachi's show that got me there. I mean, I loved the blues stuff, man. He did a great stuff, and I love the blues and stuff. But it's just like what got me up and got the ball rolling. It's not because
and there
I didn't
aren't
like
many
the show. It's just it's habit. Sometimes something's got to get you to get that habit going.
Yeah, and there aren't many blues type shows
No.
on the radio
Right.
on Sunday mornings
Right.
or
And
on the weekends. Period.
Yeah, you know what? Tells you I haven't listened in a while. So because I don't know if he's even. I don't think he does it anymore. I could be wrong.
There is one blues related blues show. Blues, I think there's a little bit of country and some other genres of music. It's on Harvard's radio station. I think it's on Saturday mornings. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've listened to it. It's been a couple of years since I've listened to it. I think it's on Saturday, either Saturday mornings or on Sunday mornings. Harvard Radio has a great blues show too. But it's 7:23. We're going to take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to do our weather. We're going to do quick talking about some blood drives because very important stuff that's going on with blood drives. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some other stuff going on too, some events, and talk about early voting in the city of Taunton. Early voting in the city of Taunton has begun. We're going to talk a little bit about that too. And much more. Open phone lines today, 508-822-1106.
Oh, yeah. It is still on. I just haven't listened to it in a while.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I didn't want to say it was on, but it is. Sunday Morning Blue with Carter Allen.
Yeah.
It'd be good to probably tune into that later.
Yes.
Because I'm sure they're going to have a lot of stories about...
I'm sure. If it's, I think it's a live show too. So yeah.
Yeah.
No,
it's always been a great show. Like I said, religiously, I listened to Breakfast with the Beatles and Breakfast with the Blues every Sunday. I never missed it.
Yeah, and Breakfast with the Beatles will be on later on this morning.
Yeah.
On Seacoast Oldies. So, 10 to 12, I think. All right. That will do it for this segment. We'll be right back with our second segment of the show. Again, open phone lines today. 508-822-1106 is the number if you want to call in. Tell us about your memories about listening to Kevin Carlson, or your memories about the TV show Friends and Matthew Perry, or anything else Matthew Perry's ever done in his career. I mean, he's well known for Friends, yes, but he has done many more things as well in his career. So 508-822-1106 is the number to call. And we'll be right back here on Middleboro Radio Review on 1530 AM and 99.7 FM. Okay, good. All right.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton,
46.
Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Your hometown station, WVBF, along with MWL Sports, is proud to present coverage of Thanksgiving Day football once again this year, as the Taunton High School Tigers travel to take on the Milford Brantford Scarlet Hawks on Thursday morning, November 23rd. Pre-game coverage gets underway at 9:50 a.m. Don't miss the Turkey Day High School football showdown between John High School and Milford. It's all here at WVBF AM 1530 and 99.7 FM in the Taunton area, or online through the Simple Radio app or by visiting online radio box.
Tune in too. Tune in's back up.
Veteran Motorcycle
Apparently.
Association is an
How long has that been
association
down?
of
Down for a while?
Tune in was down for a while.
States Armed Forces.
The tune in thing, yeah, that was down for like half a year, I
How
think.
does that work when they just down for just like this?
I don't know. Something must have happened on probably TuneIn's end. I think it might have been TuneIn's end.
How does that work? I wonder if there's who pays for tuning?
I don't know. TuneIn, they might not even be in this country.
Well, they
That
have
particular
they
thing.
have, you have to listen to the ads.
Yeah.
So we can
That particular
sign.
signal might not even be in this country. I think I thought someone was telling me it was in like Canada. That signal or something. I don't know. I know nothing about TuneIn, so
I know nothing.
I can't. I can't.
I know nothing. Yeah. Yeah.
This is Martha.
Oh yeah.
Your host
After the break,
with Martha.
give Danny a shout out.
Yep.
Present the
And let
latest
me,
information on health, legal,
Will do.
This
and
video
lifestyle
here.
issues
Tell
that
you what
affect
the
you
video's
and
about.
your family. It's fascinating, fast-paced, and fun as we explore all aspects of the Medicare maze. So join me for a Medicare Moment with Martha, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 9 on AM 1530 and 99.7 FM, WVBF, your hometown radio station.
And we're back. So I turned the music down. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, it is 7:29, almost 7:30 a.m. this morning. It's the final Sunday in the month of October. Tuesday is Halloween. And then at 12:01 a.m., all the Christmas music and all the Christmas decorations come out at 12:01 a.m.
They already come out.
Some people have already put them out.
I saw some in August or September. I went to a one of those big box store hardware store places in Raynham, and their Christmas stuff was out. I asked the customer, and she just gave me a disgusting look. God.
Some of the Christmas stores open up.
Yeah.
You know, right around now.
We might as well, you know what? I say change Christmas till July. Celebrate in July because then we're gonna have a cookout and it's nice and warm and you know. And
Well, it wouldn't make much sense. The only places where it would be cold in July is a place like Australia.
you don't want it cold.
We don't want you. Well, yeah, you don't want it cold.
It's all right,
Exactly.
you know? It doesn't have to be the Arctic Circle to enjoy Christmas.
But like right now, it's spring in Australia. Because they're on the other side of the world.
Okay, hey, I got a note here.
Yes.
Okay, Driscoll boys, give us another great MIR. Okay, Middleboro in review. Okay, show. I'll be listening, Paul. What's up? What's the temperature in Texas and up in Dakotas? So Driscoll. So I guess we want to do our weather and then we got some thank yous to do.
Before we do the weather, let's do the thank yous first.
And it's funny too because I'm kind of ripping from the person I'm with thanking. Oh, he says that at the beginning of his videos.
Yeah.
We got some thank yous to do. You know what I mean?
The thank yous are going to be a little bit more important than the weather. Yes, the weather's important.
Well, we got to do
the weather's important.
I got an official,
but let's do the thank yous first.
I got an official note. We need to do the weather too for Paul.
We're going to do the weather after our thank yous.
Okay.
Thank
thank you.
So, our thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you to Danny Arman of the Distant Signals YouTube channel for calling in on our show.
Well, it's Distant Signal.
Distant Signal. Sorry, not Distant Signals.
Not an
It's
S.
Distant Signal.
Yeah.
Thank
He'll correct you. He'll correct you right there.
Thank
Don't do
you, Danny, for calling in.
Yeah, that was,
once again.
I had a few people said that was a great show.
It was.
It wasn't just a good show; it was a great show. My good friend Billy from Pennsylvania said, "How do you like the show? Was it a good show? No, it was a great show." he made that point, and my buddy Mickey in New Jersey said the same thing. It was a great show. It's great having Danny on. He's beautiful voice. It's amber gold. As a friend of mine, radio personality in Boston, said, his voice is amber gold. So I mean, I'm going to go with that. And but he was talking about his new Brightline video that he was going to put out this week, and it has come out. The official name is Brightline Opens Up Orlando to Miami. Brightline Orlando to Miami inaugural. It's pretty much Danny and his wife on board, or whatever, I think, with his wife on that one. And it's 10 minutes, 39 seconds. It's a quick overall run of the station. I mean, of rolling out of Orlando and cruising along towards Cocoa, and then up along the Florida East Coast Railroad trackage, and back again. So he did say one thing was problematic, and I'm not sure if Brightline's going to address it or whatever, but they have like they wrap the trains, and it's all bubbles on the windows, so it's a shade. I mean, it's just a lot of transportation people do that. There's another YouTuber out there called Miles in Transit. He does a lot of bus reviews and whatnot. And a lot of these municipalities and bus organizations, they put this wrap on, and you can't really look out the window. And when we went to Pennsylvania, that bus we took from Pittsburgh to Waynesburg had all that wrap. So they put the wrap on. You can't really look out the window. But as far as Brightline, that's the only thing he found problematic was you couldn't really, it's tough on the film. So that's probably why it's a short video. It's just and plus, shooting on a train I think is different than being next to the tracks.
Very much different.
Very much different, because I mean, Joey and I have done both.
I have done both.
Yeah,
so it's very much different.
We'll shoot from you can get so much more perspective trackside than riding in the train. Not saying riding in the train isn't good, but that's why it's limited.
Yeah, things go by quicker, and it's a little tougher.
And the bubbles on the windows.
And it makes it pretty impossible to do any kind of filming.
Yeah, I mean, it just shades it. I mean, a lot of people ride the train to look out the window, especially when it gets to the coast. I mean, Danny indicates in the video that there's several water crossings that are beautiful.
Yeah.
And you want to see that. It's just
exactly.
What if they did that on Amtrak? They
put
bubble wrap all over.
People would not stand for that.
So, I mean, it looks good outside for advertising, but I mean, for the people who already paid, bought a ticket, looking out the window, you're looking at shaded windows. You're looking at tinted windows. And
not ideal.
It's not ideal, no, but maybe they'll do something about it. I don't know. We'll see. But I think the whole idea is wrapping advertising. The T does it. They put this wrap all over the vehicles to advertise. But like I said, and I can understand it runs next to a major highway for about 20 miles. This Brightline, as soon as it leaves Orlando. But you're driving down the street and you see Brightline and all the. I mean, but the people are inside. You can't really look out the window. So, but that was another great video. Thanks again, Danny. And we're doing the weather now?
Weather.
I got an official note from Paul. So gotta do the weather.
36 minutes into the show, we're doing the weather. Right. 75 degrees in Driscoll, Texas. Nice sunny skies when the sun comes up. I don't think the sun's up right now. Maybe it is. No, probably not. Because the sun's not up here, so.
I doubt it.
Sun's probably not up there. They're an hour behind
Yeah.
or so. So,
Yeah.
it's probably not. 75 degrees. It's going to be 90 today in late October in Driscoll, Texas. It's going to be 90. Don, you want to guess the high temperature for tomorrow
Where?
in Driscoll, Texas?
Probably over 100.
No,
No.
not even close.
What?
54.
The high?
The high.
In Driscoll, Texas?
Yes, 54.
You're not talking North Dakota now. You're
No,
talking
this is Driscoll, Texas. 54.
Did the weather guy get things mixed up between the
The
Driscolls?
low for tonight is 50.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet they look at. Oh, wow, that's cold for Texas. So
It
sorry,
is.
they're really freezing. It's been
Tuesday
over
is the same
100
deal.
All summer long.
Tuesday is the same deal.
Yeah.
And then it warms right back up. Wednesday is 64, Thursday 73, Friday 80, 85 on Saturday and Sunday. So it really warms right back up. But 54, 55
So while we're talking
tomorrow
Driscoll,
and Tuesday.
So it's just Driscoll, Texas we were talking about. Okay.
Don, you wanna take a guess at how cold it is in Driscoll, North Dakota today?
39 degrees.
Way off. 13.
It's 13. I know we can get those numbers soon. It's not even November.
It's 13.
Right now, currently in Driscoll, North Dakota, it's 13 degrees.
13 degrees. With wind. 6 mile per hour wind, so it's probably colder.
It's under zero. Oh boy.
Not
Okay.
good. Very cold.
Yeah.
It's only going to get up to 27 today.
Okay.
Monday, 27 degrees with a low of 2. 2 degrees with a low tomorrow night.
Wow. I mean, I know you've
Wow.
been reporting on these Driscoll towns, especially in Driscoll, North Dakota. I don't remember it being this cold this early, ever.
Might snow by the end of the week.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. So that's Driscoll, North Dakota.
Get your galoshes on. All right.
Taunton, 54 degrees in Taunton. It's going to get cold. It's going to start getting cold here pretty soon, too, especially at night. Rain in the forecast today. I don't know what the percentage is when it comes to if it's going to rain or not, but rain is in the forecast. 57 degrees today for the high, 48 for the low this evening. Tomorrow, 60 with a low of 37. Tuesday, 52 with a low of 37. Wednesday is the day to watch when it comes to if you have outdoor plants or anything like that. If you have any outdoor plants or an outdoor garden or something like that, definitely keep an eye on the weather on Wednesday night. 29 degrees for the low. We're probably going to get our first frost on Wednesday night.
It's November 1st.
Yeah.
Oh, Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday, November 1st.
Yeah. And Thursday as well, we might have some frost that night too. So we're definitely going to be having our first frost this week.
Oh, November to me is winter for me. It always has been. I always think my winter mind starts on November 1st and ends on March 1st.
And then it kind of warms back up a little bit during the nighttime. Friday, 40 degrees for the low, 46 for the low on Saturday night, and 40 for the low on Sunday night. So it warms right back up a little bit. It's going to be in the 60s now at the end of the week. So
That's all right.
that's pretty good.
Yesterday, the last 3 days, absolutely beautiful around here. What a beautiful, beautiful day. A lot of people out enjoying their day.
Yeah.
Spending time with families. A lot of people out riding their motorcycles and their regular bicycles. People out there walking and jogging and enjoying it. Ice cream sales are probably out of the roof for our friend there, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We needed a day like that.
And finally, in Middleboro, 58 degrees today with a low of 49, 55 currently, a high of 61 tomorrow, low of 37 tomorrow night, and pretty much the same weather in Middleboro and Taunton. Sometimes there's small, differences with Middleboro and Taunton when it comes to weather, but sometimes it's pretty much, kind of around the same.
Yeah, but I remember driving out of a snowstorm in Middleboro to Taunton and vice versa. coming to the
Yes.
studio.
Sometimes the weather is different. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not always.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not a meteorologist. But,
Me neither.
okay, but
Me neither.
what's that whole 495 thing seeming, is the highway have something to do with the weather pattern? That stripper, the ribbon of asphalt that runs,
Maybe we'll have to ask a meteorologist because I do not know.
because my buddy Dave, he lives in Northbridge, Mass, and he's always shoveling snow. It just seems like always west of 495, and I know that's where the valleys start, and it's where the elevations really get going.
Yeah.
Out in that area, but it's just like west of 495, you get clobbered.
Yeah.
East of 495, not as much.
Well, we'd have to ask a meteorologist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I do not know. I don't.
So do you think 24 and 495 are like the barriers for the weather?
Maybe.
It's just like
I don't know.
It's just like
An invisible barrier. I'm not sure.
well, it's just like wildlife. They get as far as the highway, and there's no place to. If they're smart, they're gonna turn around.
They're gonna
go
turn
the other
around.
way,
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Like even wildlife, they need a bridge or overpass to get across.
Yeah.
So when you hear about a moose or a bear making his way down from Maine and scaring everyone in Taunton, it's pretty remarkable because that wildlife creature, whoever it is, a bear, deer, moose, figured out how to navigate the roads and get down pretty far south.
Yeah. All right. Blood drives. The Red Cross National Blood Supply has fallen by about 25%. This is something that I got from the actual Red Cross website. Checking that out about a week ago when I was getting the November blood drives, and as a little notice on the top of the webpage on the Red Cross website, it is as follows. The Red Cross National Blood Supply has fallen by about 25% since early August. Right now, blood product distributions to hospitals are outpacing the number of blood donations coming in. So blood drives, more important than ever now with, again, the low supply of blood. This does happen from time to time with the supplies of blood. It does, they do end up having shortages from time to time. And this is another example of that. November. So November, very important for blood drives. I have several to talk about here. November 13th, Monday, November 13th, Coana Community Health Center, 5 Wally Kruger Way, Bridgewater, Massachusetts, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Wednesday, November 15th, Bridgewater State University, Dunn Conference Center, 73 Burrell Ave in Bridgewater, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday, the 16th of November, at Carver Middle High School, 60 South Meadow Road, Carver, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And Friday, November 17th, the Town Hall of Halifax, 499 Plymouth Street, Halifax. That will usually be in the Great Hall of the Town Hall in Halifax. That's where the blood drives would usually be for Halifax and when it's at the Town Hall, according to Will Corey. Me and Will Corey have talked about these blood drives before. That's what he mentioned to me, that they are usually at the Great Hall of the Town Hall in Halifax. Again, 499 Plymouth Street, Halifax, Massachusetts, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for that blood drive. And there is another blood drive. Real quick, while I try to go find that, Don. Your thoughts on the importance of blood drives, especially now, again, with 25% down grade with the supply.
Yeah, well, no, you were mentioning that on Thursday on Middleboro Matters. And then Barry Sanders called and he talked about what's going on in Taunton. Did that already go through? What Barry was telling you about? Remember Barry called you?
Yeah.
There was something going on right around the corner, right?
Yeah, so he mentioned about the blood donation centers as well.
Oh, okay.
There's one in Raynham. There's a couple of blood donation centers in the area,
that's good.
which is another option
Yeah.
as well.
Good. That's
sure.
good. That's good. He was listening on that. And speaking of Barry, I think you should give him a call. We got to get him on the air.
We do.
Maybe he'll call. Maybe he'll call in the next few weeks. And he's always been pretty good about calling in on. Better yet, have we ever got him in the studio at 7 in the morning? Not yet, right?
We haven't.
Oh boy,
We gotta do that.
Yeah, we gotta try. I gotta do that maybe one day.
We're gonna do that.
He might do. It'd be great to have him in the studio.
Yeah.
We've had,
Well, I'll talk to him on Saturday.
We've had some people in the studio.
Yeah,
DuPont
we'll talk to
came in
him
a
on
couple
Saturday
times.
for sure.
Pastor Van Dross came in one time. That was a great show, and it's nice, when people come in and. Catherine Lothrop from Joyful Scoop, she came in a few weeks ago, and
so we'll definitely try to get Barry Sanders in here after the election, for sure.
Maybe before the election.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. That equal time thing. I don't know. I remember when
this show doesn't really do the candidates.
No. But
have we before? I don't know.
No, you've had people on.
I've had people on Middleboro Matters. I'm talking about Middleboro Review. I don't know if we've ever done anything like candidates interviewing
No, I think
candidates.
it's Middleboro. Yeah, Middleboro. And I remember
Middleboro Matters. We do that.
And I remember you made a few phone calls, like just checking with Mark and checking with Jim and all the people who, and even talking to Tony. It's just like making sure. You wanted to make sure you treated everyone equally.
Exactly.
Just make sure the equal time is right down to the sign, right down to the number, right down to the letter.
Yeah.
And that's most important because that's the only fair way to go, I think, in my opinion. But, so...
whenever Barry is available, we're going to have him on.
We had Jessica on one Sunday morning.
Yeah.
For school committee.
Exactly, yes. Okay, so I did get up the...
But I do remember... We only talked about we only gave her like 15 minutes to talk about... We had her on for the whole show, but only about 15, 20 minutes to talk about her actual campaign. Right, and then we just instituted the show into...
We
talked about music. I remember...
We talked about other stuff.
She talked about, I think it was a John Denver song we were talking about.
Yes.
Okay, and we asked her, what that song meant to you. Oh, it doesn't mean anything to you. And she said, I remember when I was working there, and I remember that song going, or I was working stagehand, or I was working the lights or something like that. So it's personal.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get,
Yes.
I asked Chachi LaPret about how his family really, his mother and father were so proud of him when he can introduce his mother and father who listened to Tony Bennett through the 60s and the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And and their son taking them to dinner, or taking their parents to dinner to meet Tony Bennett. I mean, it's just like that's probably the most proudest moments. Those are the stories that are important. Those are the stories of the heart. So I mean, it's just It doesn't seem like it's sterile in a way. It's nice. It's family. It's emotions. So yeah, I think. Every little story's good, and you do a good job on that end. And
thank you.
Jim Larkin said that, and everyone says you do a good job, and that makes you feel good when you hear that.
So I did get the blood drive that's going to happen in Plimpton Up. It's a Dana Farber one. It's a Dana Farber sponsored blood drive at the Plimpton Police Station. Plimpton Police blood drive Wednesday, November 1st, 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Again, that's coming up. That's coming up this Wednesday. Again, 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. That's a Dana Farber-sponsored blood drive at the Plimpton Police Station, which is located at 7 Palmer Road in Plimpton. Again, Wednesday, November 1st, 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. We're going to take our last commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about early voting, and then we're going to have our today in histories. So we'll be right back here on Middleboro Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. 46.
Coverage of Thanksgiving Day football once again this
Good.
Travel to take on the Milford Scarlet Hawks on Thursday morning, November 23rd. Pre-game coverage gets underway at 9:50 a.m. Don't miss the Turkey Day High School football showdown between Taunton High School and Milford. It's all here at WVBF AM 1530 and 99.7 FM in the Taunton area or online through the Simple Radio app or by visiting online radiobox.com.
Hey, I'm back. Every Tuesday and every Wednesday, it's Coffee with me, Tony Wolf. Local, regional, and national guests. Hot local topics.
63.
Your calls. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, starting at 9 a.m. It's Coffee with Tony. Only on your hometown radio station, WBBF.
Fresh Fats.
St.
Okay.
Vincent Hall of Sacred Heart Church.
Good.
Serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our base of operations is at the lower level of the parish hall on Oak Street, directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in downtown Middleboro. At this time, we serve approximately 500 families in our service area, and many of them come to us for various types of aid. This can take many forms and include many of the following programs: utilities and rent assistance, agency referrals, clothing and furniture vouchers, and temporary lodging. For more information, go to sddbmiddleboro.org. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
Alright, we're back. So I turn the music down. There we go. 7:53. We got about a couple more minutes left in the show. Still open phone lines. 508-822-1106 is the number. 508-822-1106 is the number. The town of Dighton will be holding a special town meeting on Monday, tomorrow night, October 30th. 7 p.m. in the Dighton-Rehoboth Regional High School auditorium. All registered voters in Dighton are encouraged to attend. According to a news release, the meeting will focus on a number of important issues, including reducing the tax rate for fiscal year 2024, continuing funding for the Dighton Main Street roadway improvement project, meeting debt obligations for fire engine and street sweeper lease/purchase agreements, and establishing a stabilization fund for cannabis and opioid settlement funds. Additionally, there will be discussions on funding for the annual commitment to other post-employment benefits trust fund in the town of Dighton, and updates to the town's solar bylaw and planning board site plan review process. Again, the special town meeting takes place tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the Dighton-Rehoboth Regional High School auditorium. And early voting for the November 7th city election in Taunton will take place at the Silver City Conference Room on the second floor of the City Hall of Taunton, located at 15 Summer Street, on the following days and times: Monday, October 30th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday, October 31st, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Wednesday, November 1st, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Thursday, November 2nd, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Friday, November the 3rd, 8 a.m. to noon. Election questions may be directed to the Elections Department at 508-821-1044, or you can visit the Elections Department webpage. And also a note as well, the Taunton City Council and committee meetings scheduled for Tuesday, November 7th have been moved due to the city election on that day. The meetings will be held on Monday morning, November 6th at 7:30 a.m. instead. And our Today in Histories, Don,
Yes.
Get ready for this one. This is a big day. Several big events happened on this day.
Really
First
big,
one,
really big.
1921, United States, the second trial of Sacco and Vanzetti in Boston, Massachusetts gets underway. That was a big deal back in the 1920s in Boston, early 1920s in Boston, the Sacco and Vanzetti trials. 1929, the New York Stock Exchange crashes in what will be called the Crash of 29 or Black Tuesday, ending in the Great Bull Market of the 1920s and beginning the Great Depression, which wouldn't really end until the war.
After World War II.
Until really after the war. After the war, yeah. Yes. Really a difficult time in American history.
Real difficult time.
Yeah.
It was a real difficult time, and you just don't know what course the politicians took. You know what I mean? I don't think no one's ever faced that.
Don, do you remember Northwest Airlines?
Yes.
On this day in 2008, Delta Airlines merges with Northwest Airlines, creating the world's largest airline and reducing the number of U.S. legacy carriers to only 5. Mm-hmm. Don, can you name the 5?
United, Delta, American, Southwest, and Spirit?
I think so. I can really only name a couple of them anyway.
Okay.
4 of them.
Right.
The 4 that you just mentioned.
Okay.
I don't know if Spirit's one of them. It could be. 2012, Hurricane Sandy hits the east coast of the United States, killing 148 directly and 138 indirectly, while leaving nearly $70 billion in damages and causing major power outages in the places that it hit.
It hit New Jersey bad, and Lower Manhattan got flooded out pretty bad.
Yeah.
They were pumping out the subways for days.
Birthdays on this day. 1942, he would have been 81 today. That's Bob Ross, American painter and television host. He hosted a television show for several years.
Yeah, PBS mostly.
On PBS. And,
I loved his,
very fun show.
I loved his hairdo. Everyone loved his hairdo. He was so soft spoken, and
he was.
I loved him.
His son actually was on that show too a little bit too.
As a youngster.
No, he wasn't that young.
Okay. Yeah.
He was probably in his 20s.
Oh, yeah.
1946, Peter Green, English singer-songwriter and guitarist, born on this day in 1946. And we have one passing on this day in 1957, Louis B. Mayer, very important person, the co-founder of Metro Goldwyn Mayer Studios, MGM. Very important studio, very important movie studio, and during that time and during the golden age, really of film was MGM. All right, and that'll do it for today's program. I hope everyone enjoyed. We'll be back next week with another edition of Middleboro in Review, November 4th. I gotta look at a calendar real quick.
Yeah, I think it is the 4th. Yeah, the first.
No, 5th. November 5th.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll be back November 5th with another edition of Middleboro in Review. And, of course, this Thursday I'll have another edition of Middleboro Matters. So until then.
At 11.
At 11 a.m. Yes, 11 a.m. to 12.
Let anyone know what time to tune in.
Yes. So until then, hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend.
Have a great day. We're going on a train trip later.
Yes, we are.
We'll report.
And we'll report next week.
We'll report how good it is.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Broadcasting live from the Taunton Federal Credit Union studios at 14 Church
All right. That show went well. Fast.
Very miscellaneous heavy, but very miscellaneous heavy. So next week will be very local heavy. Bye-bye, everybody.